You walk into a coffee shop. You tap your card. $100. Gone a new jacket? Sure, why not? You don't even flinch. Later that night, you check your savings app. It says you saved $100 this month, and something warm happens in your chest. A little pride, a little relief. Same number, same $100, completely different feeling. Why does losing $100 feel like nothing, but keeping $100 feels like a win? Here's the strange part. Your brain isn't doing math right now. It's not calculating value. It's telling you a story. And that story is rigged from the start. Stick around, because once you see this trick, you'll notice it everywhere in your bank app, in every sale you've ever fallen for, in the way your paycheck disappears before the month even ends. This isn't really about money, it's about how your mind decides what matters. Let's rewind for a second. Your brain evolved a long, long time ago. Back then, there was no such thing as money. No bank accounts, no credit cards. There was only survival, food, safety, shelter. And in that world, one rule mattered more than any other. Losing something dangerous was worse than gaining something nice. Think about it. If you lost your only source of food, you could die. But if you gained a little extra food, that was just nice. Bonus. So your brain built in a bias. Losses got weighted heavier than gains. Much heavier. Scientists later gave this a name, loss aversion. And here's the wild part. It's not a small effect. Losing $100 doesn't feel like the opposite of gaining $100. It feels about twice as bad. Your brain never got the memo that we live in a different world now. It's still running ancient software on modern money. Two researchers, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, spent years proving this. They ran experiment after experiment. People, over and over, would rather avoid a loss than acquire an equal gain, even when the math was identical. Here's a simple version. Imagine a coin flip. Heads, you win $150. Tails, you lose $100. Statistically, that's a great bet. On average, you come out ahead. But most people say no. They won't take it. Why? Because the pain of losing $100 outweighs the pleasure of winning $150 in their gut, not on paper, in their gut. That's the trick already in motion. Your emotional response to money isn't proportional, it's lopsided. And that lopsidedness is exactly why spending $100 and saving $100 feel like two different universes. Now here's where it gets even stranger. Your brain doesn't just weigh losses and gains unevenly, it also sorts your money into invisible boxes. This is called mental accounting. Picture this. You have $500 in your checking account for bills. You also have $500 sitting in a vacation fund. Technically, it's the exact same kind of money. Same bank, same dollars, completely interchangeable. But your brain doesn't see it that way. It sees two separate piles with two separate rules. You'd never dip into the vacation fund to pay a phone bill. That would feel wrong, even if it's the smarter move. Money is what economists call fungible. $1 is identical to any other dollar, but your brain refuses to treat it that way. It labels, it categorizes, it protects certain piles more than others. And that labeling is exactly why saving $100 feels like a win locked safely in a box, while spending $100 feels like tearing something open. Let's bring this back to spending versus saving directly. When you spend $100, your brain registers it as a loss, a little exit wound, something leaving your protected territory. Researchers even found this shows up in brain scans. Paying for something activates regions tied to physical pain, the same regions that light up when you stub your toe or touch something hot. That's not a metaphor. Scientists literally call it the pain of paying. But saving $100? That's different. Nothing leaves. Nothing gets threatened. Instead, a number goes up. And your brain reads number going up as safety, as progress, as a small win banked for the future. One action removes a threat. The other builds a wall. Your nervous system reacts to them like they're opposites, even though, mathematically, they're just two sides of the exact same $100. Here's where the trick gets used against you, often without your permission. Ever notice how a $4 coffee doesn't feel like spending money, but a $200 electric bill feels brutal? Small, frequent purchases slip past the pain of paying alarm. They're too tiny to register as a loss individually, so they get a free pass, one at a time. That's why subscriptions are so easy to forget about. $9.99 here, $14.99 there. None of them alone feels like losing anything. But add them up over a year, and suddenly you're staring at hundreds of dollars you can't quite account for. Meanwhile, one big bill, even if it's smaller than your yearly subscription, total feels like a gut punch, because it arrives as one loss, all at once, impossible to ignore. Your brain isn't measuring total dollars, it's measuring moments of pain, and that's a very different thing. Now flip to the saving side. Companies know this trick too, and they use it constantly. Ever see a sign that says, "You saved $50 today"? That's not an accident, that's designed. Even if you just spent $200 to save that $50, your brain still logs a win. The receipt becomes a trophy instead of proof of an expense. Stores stack up discounts, loyalty points, and cashback apps for exactly this reason. Each one gives your brain a tiny, "you kept something" signal, even while your wallet is actively getting lighter. It's the same $100 trick, just reversed and weaponized. Spending gets disguised as saving, loss gets repackaged as a win. Your brain isn't broken for falling for this. It's just running the same ancient wiring the wiring built to protect you from real losses, thousands of years ago. Here's the twist that changes how you see all of this. Money itself has zero feelings, zero built-in meaning. $100 saved and $100 spent are mathematically, permanently equal. The difference you feel isn't coming from the money. It's coming from the story your brain tells about the money. This is a loss. This is a win. This is protected. This is expendable. None of those labels exist in the real world. They exist only inside your head, applied after the fact, based on ancient wiring that never updated for modern life. Which means the feeling of, "Ooch, I spent that," or, "Yes, I saved that," isn't a fact about your finances. It's a psychological reflex. And reflexes can be noticed. Reflexes can be questioned. That single shift from feeling controlled by the number to noticing the story behind the number is where actual control begins. So, how does this show up in your life right now today? Every time you tap a card instead of using cash, the pain of paying gets quieter. Studies show people spend more with cards, precisely because the loss feels abstract. No physical bills leaving your hand, just a tap and a beep. Every time an app shows you, "You saved," instead of, "You spent $200 to get this," your brain logs a win instead of a cost. Every time a subscription renews quietly in the background, it skips the pain of paying alarm completely because nothing ever felt like it left your hands. And every time your paycheck lands, then quietly drains away in small, forgettable purchases, you're watching the exact mechanism from this video playing out in real time in your own bank account. Here's the mirror moment. This isn't about willpower. It was never about willpower. You don't lack discipline when you overspend. Your ancient brain is just reading modern money through outdated rules. Rules built for berries and shelter, not credit limits and subscriptions. Knowing that changes the fight. Instead of blaming yourself for being bad with money, you can start noticing the trick as it happens. Next time you're about to buy something, ask one simple question. Does this feel like a loss right now, or has something made it feel disguised as a win? That single question interrupts the automatic reflex. It turns a blind emotional reaction into an actual choice. And here's the part most people never realize. The same trick that makes spending painful can be used on purpose in your favor. Automate your savings before you ever see the money, and it never registers as a loss at all. It simply never arrived to be spent. No pain of paying, because there was nothing to pay. Label a savings account, house fund, or emergency buffer, and mental accounting. The very same bias that tricks you into overspending now protects that money instead. Your brain treats it as untouchable, the same way it once protected food stores from being wasted. The trick isn't something to defeat, it's something to redirect. Same ancient wiring, just pointed somewhere that actually helps you. So think back to that coffee shop. The tap of the card, the $100 that disappeared without a flinch. It was never really about the $100. It was about the story stitched onto it in that exact moment spent, so it doesn't count. Saved, so it does. Your brain has been running that same story since long before money even existed, and it will keep running it, quietly, in the background of every purchase you make unless you notice it. So, next time you tap that card, or check that savings app, pause for 1 second. Ask yourself, is this really a loss? Is this really a win? Or is it just $100, wearing a costume your brain decided to believe?